at what player who was striving for greatness wasn't confident. And so I love it. And I probably would also use the #1 pick on him. Certainly before the tournament started, I would have used the first overall pick on him. The Aaron Fox, though, you know, the question is he quite athletic and explosive enough for an NBA which rewards primary ball handlers who can get to the paint consistently? And can he get his shot off given his release, which is, you know, awkward? Not only can he hit it consistently, because maybe he's proven he can so far in college, but can he get it off in the NBA? Something, Stephen A., you brought up when we started originally talking about Lonzo Ball. So I love the confidence. I probably would use the first overall pick on him. The only misstep here, in my opinion, is when he says, I can lead a team better than he can. Because the way it comes off, and he quickly said to take nothing away from him, et cetera, but you don't want to go at someone else. You just want to talk about yourself. And the way it came off was though he's saying he's not a leader or the same kind of leader Lonzo is. And maybe that's because when he makes the media tour right now, people, including Stephen A., you have said, hey, you know, the things that you hear about Lonzo is the kind of leader he is. And clearly he does that. He affects the game whether or not he's scoring. He has such a great overall impact on the offense, on his team's offense, rebounding the ball, obviously passing the ball, which is contagious, by the way. You could see the Bruins love to pass the ball. And I think that starts with Lonzo. It's infectious. So absolutely tremendous. Love the confidence. Maybe not the kind of sideways shot at Fultz about his leadership. Even if he didn't intend it that way, I thought it came off that way a little bit.
There you go again. Let me move on. Here's the deal. I'm taking Lonzo Ball #1 overall if I'm the Lakers or the Knicks. Two teams who desperately need point guards. But in the case of the Lakers, he would be box office because of his Cali roots and, of course, UCLA starring there. Outside of that, I'm not so sure. Fultz is a guy that can go get it. Josh Jackson is something special. These are guys I'm going to consider ahead of Lonzo Ball if I'm any other team. Why? Because Lonzo Ball needs help. Those other two dudes can go get it themselves. Now, he is right, though, and this is what I agree with his statement about. He is known as a leader and a floor general. Fultz is known as a scoring machine. He goes and gets it. Now, unfortunately, he played for a team that was 9-22, okay? Now, he had 5 30-point-plus games, and he had 12 25-plus point games overall. So this dude is a scoring machine. He can go get it, and we can respect that. But at the same time, if Lonzo wasn't specific with what he had said, I would have a problem with it. The fact that he specifically acknowledged that these dudes are prolific scorers, but where he comes in is his leadership. I didn't take it as a shot at Fultz as if he was talking about, oh, I'm a leader and I guide guys on and off the court and all this stuff. No. Lonzo Ball is considered to be a floor general. He's considered to be somebody you can give the ball to and say, run my offense for me and be an orchestrator while Fultz is looking for his shot.
Because my issue with Lonzo is not that he's a scrub. He's not a scrub. He can play. That's not what I'm saying about Lonzo. I got two problems with Lonzo. Number one, his lack of assertiveness. The fact that he seems perfectly content walking the ball past half court, giving it to somebody else, and going somewhere to stand or hide in the corner. That's number one. Number two is the fact that he's the #2 overall pick. You can't do that when you're the #2 overall pick. You can't do that when Jason Tatum got drafted after you. De'Aaron Fox got drafted after you. Lauri Markkanen got drafted after you. Dennis Smith Jr. got drafted after you. Malik Monk got drafted after you. Donovan Mitchell got drafted after you. You cannot be passive and go along to get along and be devoid of aggression when you're the #2 overall pick. Can't do it. I find that unacceptable.
And Lonzo Ball, however, among the notable players not extended. They were eligible, but their teams could not come to terms. They will all become restricted free agents after this season. Richard, I want to ask you about Lonzo Ball specifically. Should he feel slighted about not getting extended, or should he feel excited because the free agent market next summer is actually a little more dry than we anticipated, and he could be even restricted, one of the bigger names out there?
Well, he can. And this is what people need to understand. Lonzo Ball's impact is not just on the court. There's a lot of GMs, a lot of teams over there that he has a star power to him. He will put people in the seats. He will sell jerseys, whether it's because of his brother, his overall name. So, yes, while New Orleans might have said, hey, your value to us is 12, another team might say your value to us is 15. So he's just going to be a restricted free agent. I think that's a good idea.
Listen, when you're on that rookie deal, you can't wait to get extended.
Can't wait.
So, if the extension doesn't come, he's probably disappointed, especially when you see the other guys getting this type of money, and you're like, shoot, I'm at least worth what some of these guys on the list are worth.
But what if they offered him 75 and he was like,
he's
no?
Not, after your rookie contract, you are not turning that down.
What?
Unless you got a lucrative shoe deal like LeBron had. He could have waited until be a restricted
It depends on what they're offering, though,
no,
right?
I'm disappointed if I'm him. And that should have him with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
For the rest of the season, y'all don't want to extend me? Okay, I'm going to show y'all why y'all should extend me. And that's motivation. And as players, you should use these type of things to motivate you to make you a better player.
Yeah.
Right, even if it was that they did make him an offer, but he felt it wasn't enough. And so, yes, he can use that as motivation.